Hello guys, as you may know, I've been living in the Philippines for about 2 years and recording videos about real estate. I'm about to share with you my checklist what to pay attention to when choosing a place to live in the Philippines. Some issues you can avoid, some issues you can solve or fix, and some issues you just have to accept. If you go in to move to the Philippines, best way to do it is to book something on a short term on Agoda, Booking, Airbnb, whatever. And then you will open Facebook Marketplace because it has most of listings about real estate in the Philippines. Check listings there and go and check by yourself. And the best way to find place is just to go in your potential area where you want to live and ask neighbors, ask people around, because not all places are listed online. About a year and a half I have been living in a house right on the beach. And actually ocean here so amazing. You can see these crystal clear waters where you can swim whole year round. It's warm ocean, just amazing. And it may seem like a perfect place. However, it also has its own downsides, and I will show it to you. About 2 weeks ago my friend gifted me his knife because he left country. So for a couple of weeks this knife already got rusty. Everywhere you can see it. But he had this knife about several months and nothing happened with it because he lived up on a mountain in Valencia area. It's not so salty air there. However, I have another my knife about a year already, maybe more, and it's not rusty at all. So different metals has different speed of getting rust. But your gadgets, devices, vehicles, they have both metals like stainless steel or silver or cuprum, whatever, and also just ordinary metal and iron. And my laptop died after about 8 months been living here. But you can solve this issue by buying aircon and using it, because aircon dries air in a room, and also you can just buy a dryer device and use it with your gadgets, so it will extend their lifespan. Trees near house. Right above our house we have tree with nuts, and this tree actually makes really good shade on the house, so during the day it's not so hot as it can be. But when nuts are ready to harvest, they start to fall down and make really loud noise, like someone throw stones on your roof. And you can imagine you sleep and during the night someone constantly, like every 5-30 minutes, I don't know, throw a stone on a roof, or sometimes it can be even branches. Also behind the house we have local community with karaoke from time to time, piggery, roosters, chickens. Yeah, it's Filipino life. Behind me is a mango tree. And actually it's a very beautiful tree, of course with delicious fruits. But try to avoid these trees near your house, because I heard it's one of the first trees which will fall down during typhoon. Filipinos are so kind people. I just met a couple Filipinos and they were harvesting coconuts. And they gave me a couple for free. Look at these beautiful palm trees. But when you live near, it's not only beautiful trees, it's also dangerous. You may think that only brown coconuts fall down. However, it's not the point. Look at this hole in a coconut. This hole was made by rat. Rat can climb on a tree, on a coconut tree, make a hole, eat inside, drink water, and then after a day or two this coconut will fall. And I also had about 5 times already when coconut fell like about 2, maybe 3, 5 meters near from me. So it's another thing to keep in mind. And here is one of solution how to protect yourself from coconuts which may fall because of rats. People, I hope you can see it, put some metal cover on the trees to protect tree from rats, and they cannot climb up there, so they will not eat coconuts, and you can harvest them when they will be ripe and will not fall so often, and more important, unpredictable. And here behind me is Nara tree. Nara tree is very important tree in the Philippines. It's protected by government. You cannot cut it, you cannot do anything with it, it's illegal. But when this tree has flowers on it, it may cause allergy for some people, especially children. As I heard, people can have respiratory and skin irritations and other asthma-like symptoms. Next point is aggressive stray dogs. Here I have one friendly dog. And 99% of dogs in the Philippines, they are friendly. But it's not guaranteed that you will not meet this 1%. Hello. You can find really nice listings online on the photos, like this house, right on the beach. But if you will walk like 10 meters from here, you can see evidence from party, what was yesterday, I suppose. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not so rare. Because of road quality, trash collectors don't collect trash from our house. So we need to carry it whole way there. And only from here trash collectors can collect it. If we didn't bring our trash here where collectors can take it, we need to wait another week. So they only can collect at specific date, and they do it only early morning, one time in a week. So ask your house owner how people in your area collect trash, what day of a week, how often can they come to your house. And also one interesting moment, if you trash in a sacks like this, dogs can come at night and dig your sacks and throw trash everywhere, eat this trash. So yeah, it's a whole disaster. So you can use like trash cans, which makes it little bit better, but doesn't solve problem fully. These neighbors, they found very interesting solution. They built this, I don't know how you call it, but place for trash, which is elevated and dogs cannot reach it. So it's a really good idea. And one more solution to protect trash from dogs. Just fence. Simple, easy and effective. Burning leaves and everything from garden every day. You cannot avoid it. But some people also burn plastic, rubber, so it smells around like half kilometer or more. Another thing that you may hear already, it is karaoke. Now it's going from this house, and all his neighbors of this guy definitely love karaoke and enjoy singing all day long. this house, this one house and another house here, they all, I bet they all just love it, because another way it can make them crazy, because you cannot avoid it, you cannot do anything with it, you cannot ask them not to sing. Firstly, it's not polite. Second, they will not listen to you, because it's in a Filipino culture, they love to do it. So, and even you will find a nice house, nice place, after a week or two karaoke may come to you, and your neighbors can bring karaoke machine and sing, not even day or weeks, months. So yeah, only one solution you can make if you bought a house or built a house: find a house with thick walls and windows, so it somehow will protect you from noise, but not 100%. So just one thing in the Philippines that you have to accept. Only accept it. Yeah. Filipinos so love karaoke that I just walked, I don't know, less than 3 minutes. Here's another place with karaoke, and behind me another one house with karaoke machine on a porch. Here is popular type of windows in the Philippines. Problem with these windows that they cannot be fully open or fully closed, and you will hear all noise from outside, because it's always holes everywhere and bugs can go inside. That's why this owner use mosquito nets. But with mosquito nets will not be so good ventilation, because air will not go easily through mosquito net. So you need to choose or use additional fans, like in our house we put fans to blow air through these mosquito nets. And also because of these holes in the window, your aircon will consume more electricity. If you don't like mosquitoes, pay attention on the bushes like behind me, because they love to live in these bushes. And also you can meet snakes there, but now it's dry season, so probably they are not here. I heard that snakes and spiders love to live near banana trees and forests. I'm not sure about it, I never saw it by my own eyes, but just information for you. If your place near fresh stuck water, be ready to live near flies and mosquitoes. For example, here stuck water from a hole in a hose, but it can be canal or just stuck waters from neighbors. And especially in the wet season, here will be a lot of flies. Now it's a dry season, not so many. We didn't have rains for, I don't know, maybe 2 months already. Filipinos love to build houses and apartments right on the road. And from one perspective, it is totally understandable, because it's easy transportational access. You can go there by motorcycle, car, no problem. But you know what Filipinos like else? They absolutely like to drive motorcycle, car, jeepney, trike without muffler. So you will hear noise all day and night long. I think you can hear it right now. If you don't want to live on the highway, you may choose a place in a quiet area. However, the last mile to your house might look like this. In this video you can see what the road looks like, because I recorded it with stabilization on my camera. Imagine what this road will be like during the rain. It will be slippery and very dangerous to drive on. Behind me is a basketball court. And do you know what basketball courts are commonly used for in the Philippines? It's a great place to have a disco. And Filipinos bring here really huge speakers, which you can hear from 2, even 5 kilometers. So if your house near from basketball court and you love disco and hanging out, it's a good place. But if you cannot sleep with loud music at night, try to stay away. Another thing to consider is traffic. Even I live not far from Dumaguete, there is no much traffic as in Manila or Cebu. Still, there is traffic, especially if I will go this direction to Dumaguete. As if I will go there by car, it will take me like half hour or more. But if I will drive the same distance this direction to Dauin, Zamboanguita, it will take me only 10 minutes, I think. So consider that where you're going to drive, beach or mall, or maybe you will have work here. As for me, I prefer to stay in a province, far from big cities, because it's clean air and nature around. However, it has its own downsides. For example, it's hard to find trike which will go where do you need, not only in an area where trike used to work. Like for example, when my father was here and we tried to find a tricycle for him to go to airport, we spent around, I don't know, hour or even more than hour. And one time we had to go to bus station at night and we hoped to find any trike or car. But at night there is no trikes, no cars, no buses, nothing, just no one. And we had to take my motorcycle and park it somewhere in the city for more than a week when we were out of our place. So it has its own downsides, and also if you will order something online, your delivery will be higher than if you will live in a city. And for each item you have to pay separate delivery. So you can imagine that you order something for $1 and you need to pay $2 or $3 for delivery for each item, even small, I don't know, tea. And if you stay far from city, there will not be a lot of stores or malls, so you will use e-commerce often. You can find place near ocean, but access to water, to the beach, will be like this. And it's actually very smelly here. You can see it's very dirty ocean. Flies, millions of flies. And on the listing you can see pictures from another beach. Actually, in Dumaguete there is no really good beaches inside of the city, so mostly foreigners and local people also, they go to another next city like Bacong, Dauin, because beach there are much better. And the sea may have different marine life inside. For example, on the same island you may see somewhere jellyfish, somewhere sea urchin and even snakes, and somewhere there will be nothing except of sand. The area where you're looking for place may be too hot or too cold for you. For example, my friend lives on elevation about 650 meters above sea level. It's colder there, so it's cold for me there, more rains there, but for him it's better than where I live near ocean, because here it will be hot for him. And also the ocean can become green or brown during some part of the year. If you like to walk like I do, maybe near your place will not be space for walking. Right now I'm on a boulevard. It's one of few places in our area where people can walk, but mostly people walk here in the evening because there is no much shade and it's very hot, so it's not in a Filipino culture to walk somewhere a long distance. People mostly use vehicles like motorcycles and trikes, jeepney, whatever, to drive somewhere, hanging out there, do some things, some business and come back. But I don't know, in our culture we have a lot of parks, we have infrastructure, we have sidewalks, but in the Philippines good if there is just a road for transport where you can walk, or you need to walk through jungles which is not really good idea, I think. Another thing to consider if you go to live near ocean, it is possibility of tsunami, typhoons and other natural disasters. In some areas they are more often, in some areas almost never. Like here we protected by several islands, Apo, Mindanao, Sikihor. So tsunami here it's like very low possibility. But for example on Sipalai I saw many warnings about possible tsunami. So just ask neighbors, local people about did they experience it and how often. Check debts from previous tenants. For example, I moved in the house where previous tenant left around 2 months before I moved in. So when I wanted to turn on internet, the smart provider told me that I have to pay for these 2 months that no one used internet. It's kind of weird, and if I want to make another connection on my name, actually I need to be Filipino or put it on wife's name or have some Filipino friends, so I cannot make contract on a foreigner's name. And also it is not clear can I do it or not, because maybe there is no available port in a switcher. So it's another hassle. And you also may check electric bill with Noreka and ask your owner about water, because in my previous apartment water bill was per liter and I paid around $15, don't remember exactly, but mostly here water cost $1 unlimited in the whole our area. So I don't know why our previous lessor forced to pay us like 15 times more than per liter. So just ask conditions. It is big advantage if your place will have solar panels, batteries or generator, because power outages here very often. We experienced about 4 this month. Mostly it's about once in a month, maybe once in a 2 months, but this month was special. Think twice before choosing place near port, because you will hear this noise from boat like whole day and night. Here is like behind me about 20 boats. Each of them has motor engine and no muffler, of course. It's because it's so cool to drive and ride a boat without mufflers. It's just excellent experience. Many people complain about internet, about latency, speed overall, but recently Starlink became available in the Philippines about half year, maybe a year ago. So it cost $300 per equipment and about $50 per month for usage. Mostly Filipino owners, they want to have a contract for a year or even longer. But as you may guess, you cannot see all issues at one day when you just see the property. So try to negotiate it, maybe pay higher or just ask for it. To have a contract on a month, and after months you will decide do you want to make longer contract or not. And before signing the contract, ask the owner who will manage emergencies. He personally, or maybe his helper, manager, or maybe his sibling, and try to contact this person, because it's not rare when people answer here after several days. And in case of emergencies, it can be a real issue. From my friends and neighbors, I heard several stories about burglaries in the Philippines. So what can help? Fence, CCTV, dogs on the property, and lights with motion sensor. In my previous apartment I had a leak in the roof. It was in a common area, it wasn't inside of apartment, but still I cannot stay outside during the rain. Of course you cannot check it before moving in, but at least you can ask the owner or manager who will deal with leaks. Will it be your problem or their responsibility? The property should have a proper drainage system, so it won't flood during the wet season. In the Philippines, people mostly use flat type of sockets. so I struggled a lot with my type. And I was lucky in this house we have like double type, so you can connect here this one and this one as well. Be aware that in the Philippines electricity has 220 volts, so you cannot plug in here 110. From US you need to use special device, and if you have some expensive gadget, I recommend you to use voltage stabilizer device, because electricity is not so stable here and it can damage or destroy your device, so better to prepare. Power outages are very often in the Philippines, so you can use a portable source of power like this. It's like big power bank, but you can plug there through socket your Wi-Fi router, so you will have connection during brownout. And you can also plug in there your fan, so it will not be so hot. So it's a really good solution and cost less than $100. Good if your place will have a deep well system right here, so it pumps water from underground in this tank, and you have water in your house. What issues can be? Water can be with sulfur and it can be warm. Not all people like when it's warm, but for me it's good. And water tank can be small, so it will not be enough water for taking a shower if you like to take it for a long time or water your plants. So when you see a bed on the photos, it may look normal, but if you higher than 180, I can fit here, but it's not really comfortable. Yeah, ceilings can also be quite short, yeah.
Oh my god, it can, yeah, I only literally fit in here. I'm 5'3", but look, it's so short.
180 in centimeters I am. So Filipino homes, they made by Filipinos for Filipinos, and if you higher than normal height, like I don't know, 190 or even higher,
foreigner height,
you will have a lot of problems.
Yeah.
So, and here is shower, which is actually, I cannot stay like in a full height, so I need to sit a little bit. Yeah, it's actually fine mirror for her.
Yeah.
And good mirror for my chest or belly actually, because I can see from here. Yeah. So I see only my belly and shorts. Yeah.
Yeah, these things are so short. Look at their sink, so small. It's like for small people. Like
or for kids. Maybe for kids it's good.
It's so small, you know.
In the Philippines, there is no such thing as hot water and cold water. Only one pipe. That's why people use water heaters. If you rely on municipality water, the pressure can be very low. Or maybe it will not be water at all for several days. And better to cover all holes in your house, including drainage holes in the sink, in the shower, because through these holes often go inside cockroaches, and they're actually really big like this. They can fly, so better to cover all holes in your house. You have to keep trash can outside, or you will enjoy company of ants. Be aware of some sort of scams. Of course, it can happen not only in the Philippines. The Philippines is not special in this way, but people mostly make here oral agreements, but not in writing. So after a while, conditions may be changed. One story happened with my friend. He made agreement with a guy who represented the owner, because the actual owner was abroad. And this guy promised some conditions about property. I can be specific that no one will be on a property because property has big area around, and before local people came there and having grill parties or whatever, I don't know, just hanging out. So this guy promised that the property will be private. However, after a while, this guy changed his mind and started to extort the money. Like, give me 1,000, give me 2,000 per month, give me 3,000 on Christmas, and so on. So if you don't have agreement in writing, it can be issues in the future. So I recommend you to have agreement in writing. So in case of any issues and misunderstandings from both sides, you can involve police, and issues will be solved more easily. However, police and government structures in the Philippines mostly protect local people, so don't expect much. If you're just looking for property, photos may be different from actual property. Mostly, it's very often they can be made like long time ago, 2 years, 5 years ago, and condition of the house will be different. So it will be the same house, but not the same property that you expect from photos. Also, situation with deposits. People mostly ask for 2 deposits and 1 month advance. So you need to pay like 3 months, and if your monthly payment is $1,000 to move in, you need to pay about $3,000, which is actually a lot of money. And not in all cases people willing to give back deposits. Another story happened with my another friend. They had writing agreement with the owner about renting the property for, I think, 3 months. And they changed their mind and decided to move out earlier. So they asked the owner, can they do it earlier? It was first month of renting, and the owner said, yeah, you can like move out from second month. And he promised to give back the deposits. However, when time came and they asked to give back deposits for property, for rental property, the owner said nothing, just like answered, welcome to the Philippines, and no money, nothing. And they cannot prove anything, because mostly in a contract people put a part that if the tenant want to move out earlier, the deposits will be kept by the owner. So be aware of it. And guys, don't get me wrong, I don't want to say that here is a bad life in the Philippines and it's impossible to find a good place to live. No, in this video I just collected all possible issues, so you will be aware and you can prepare for them. My ultimate goal is to help you to find a good place to live. So I hope this video was helpful for you, and thank you for watching. See you in next videos. Bye bye.